Welcome to this project presentation for the module Sustainable Architecture, Past, Present, and Future by Aysha Al-Dahiri and Mohamad Alkailani. Natural Lighting Optimization Case Study. Our project objective is to study the daylighting in ancient architecture, modern buildings, and optimization of daylighting aspects of an existing building. Ancient civilizations used natural lighting to illuminate and increase warmth of buildings, or to highlight certain parts of special spiritual value. Ancient Egyptian architecture allowed the sunlight to follow a progressive linear configuration. In this way, the arrangement of temples' internal spaces reduces the light penetration gradually. From the door to the interior is darker than its precedent. It is also interesting to notice that, in general, southern countries where the sun is strong, the mysticism is usually more related with the darkness. This is represented in ancient Greece and Rome, where it is said that the god resides in the darkness, so the sunlight can penetrate the building up to a certain distance, till the core, which is relatively darker. In Islam, light represents the divinity of God. So natural light is an integral design element in Islamic architecture. Islamic buildings such as mosques have traditionally incorporated sunlight in its design. Perforated elements like jelly is common in Islamic architecture. This ornamented screen mediates the amount of sunlight that enters a space. At present, natural light is incorporated in building design through integrated design approach, aiming to deliver benefits like less dependence on artificial lighting, reduction of energy consumption, improve occupants' comfort and productivity, helps to maintain a human circadian rhythm, more accurate color rendering and temperature. Excessive natural lighting may cause unpleasant glare on work surfaces, undesirable heat gains, or increase of cooling power and consumption. Our approach in this study is to optimize an existing building from daylight point of view by finding the best balance between most sufficient illumination with lowest glare and energy consumption. Optimization techniques tested in this project are double skin facade in different distances from the building and metallic shading device or louvers in different openings and angles. Our case study building is the head office of Summertown Interiors in Dubai. For calibration, we are going to keep the original building orientation. Weather data shows that Dubai's hottest month is August, longest day is in June, and little cloud coverage through the year. Average UV index of 9.5 is considered very high according to UV index scale. We have selected August 21st as our simulation date because it has the highest average temperature and fairly long daylight. This study is concerned with the double volume space in the building, as other windows are already treated with internal shades. External walls consist of metal cladding with insulation, cement block, another layer of insulation, then a plasterboard. External glazing is made from doubly glazed curtain wall system. Roof has a screed, water-resistant membrane, reinforced slab, insulation, and the plasterboard finish. For the sake of our study and to have more obvious results, we have changed the building's orientation to have the double height lobby facing south direction. Scenario number 1. In this scenario, we will use double skin facade method. The DSF is made from a single layer of reflective glass with a distance of 40 cm from the building's external window. Scenario 2 is similar to Scenario 1, but the cavity width is 80 cm from the building's external window. Scenario number 3 uses metallic vertical louvers as shading device with opening of 45 degrees. Scenario 4 uses metallic vertical louvers as well, but the opening is 90 degrees, which makes the louvers perpendicular to the building window. Scenario 5, continuing with the metallic vertical louvers as shading device. This time, the opening is 135 degrees. Scenario number 6 is kinetic louver system that changes opening angle from 45 degrees to 90 degrees.
Calibration done to compare actual power consumption with the simulation result. Actual power consumption is lower than simulation by 7.6%, which is understandable as the building was not fully operational during 2020 due to COVID-19. Calibration daylighting illuminance. Comparing daylighting illuminance physical reading with simulation result shows consistency with a small margin of error 3.2%. Checking the daylighting glare property against daylight glare comfort glass shows unnoticeable general glare. However, there are sources of glare which are higher than the threshold. We have mitigated this by using shading device as we will show further in this presentation. First simulation scenario, double skin facade with 40 cm cavity. Energy consumption also increased due to hot air trap in the double skin facade cavity. Illuminance average at noon through afternoon was higher than required level for office lobbies and common spaces, which is around 400 to 500 lux. Daylight glare properties is within the acceptable range. Several glare sources higher than the threshold noticed. Second simulation scenario is double skin facade with 80 cm cavity. Energy consumption also increased due to hot air trap in the double skin facade cavity. Similar to scenario 1, the luminance average was higher than required level. Daylight glare properties is within the acceptable range. Several glare sources higher than the threshold noticed. Third simulation scenario using louvers opened in 45 degrees. Energy consumption lowered due to the shade provided by louvers. Afternoon illuminance average increased because of louvers reflection inside the building. Daylight glare properties is within the acceptable range. more glare sources higher than the threshold noticed. Fourth simulation scenario using louvers opened in 90 degrees. Energy consumption lowered due to the shade provided by louvers. Afternoon illuminance average was similar to 45 degrees openings. Daylight glare properties is within the acceptable range. More glare sources higher than the threshold noticed, however, the luminance reduced. Fifth simulation scenario using louvers open in 135 degrees. Energy consumption lowered. Illuminance average is very close to the standard range. Daylight glare properties reduced. Very few glare sources. Comparing the findings shows that lowest energy consumption is in louvers 90 and 135 degrees, with most suitable average illuminance and lowest glare points. Our recommendation is to use a kinetic louvers mechanism to be in 45 degrees position at 8 a.m., moving to 135 degrees position